If we keep telling ourselves we don't have time to do it now, is it because we don't have time, or is it because we haven't mapped out how to best utilize our time? So there's that. We can do it to ourselves and make it seem like a small thing that is insignificant. Another thing that I wanted to talk about that can create something that makes the thing, whatever that thing is, feel small and insignificant is welcome to the She's Rooted podcast.
We're about to get real unscripted.
So pull up a chair. Let's get to the root of it. What is up, Mo?
What's up?
You know what's really fun is all of our listeners have no idea all of the hurdles we have jumped over to get to this recording today.
Isn't it fitting since we're talking about obstacles?
Yeah. Yep. We definitely got pressed on a lot of them.
Yeah.
I would log in. She couldn't hear me. Then she logged out. I logged back in. And then I couldn't hear her. Then we tried a different platform. And now we're back to Zoom.
Yeah. I feel like it was
And then you heard me great. And you had a phone call. And then you couldn't hear me anymore. I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
It was definitely a test. Like, okay, girls, you really mean what you say.
Yeah. We did not throw the towel in. We figured it out.
We're sweating. We don't have our lip gloss, but we're here.
Truth. Truth. Oh my goodness. Well, why don't we welcome everyone to the She's Rooted podcast? If you are pulling in for the first time, welcome. You get what you get. Mo says, and you don't pitch a fit, unless you can't hear on the other side of the podcast. That won't be good. But yeah, welcome to the She's Rooted podcast. If you are coming on back, welcome. Did I already say that? I'm so flustered.
I understand. It's okay.
We don't know what is happening.
Okay.
But there is going to be a lot of things that will get in the way of what you need to do in your life, ladies. And we had a big test of that today. But last time we talked about bouncing off of messy action. We kind of took you a little bit through how this podcast came about and not knowing all the things that we needed to do in order to make a podcast happen. The only thing that we did know is press play, and we'll just figure it out along the way. And as our excitement of, yeah, let's do this thing rolled into, okay, now we're going to do this thing, all of the technicalities of the how-tos can get in the way. Well, how the hell do you do this thing? You know, you got to upload it. You got to have like intro, outro, like you got to have all the things is what they say. But when you start to break down all of that, that can definitely get in the way of actually showing up and being productive in the action versus just being productive with learning the how-tos, because that really isn't going to get you anywhere if you don't take the next step. So we talked about time, talked about some barriers, right? Some stumbling blocks. We broke down time on the last one. And the thing is, you got to name it, you got to protect it, you got to show up for it.
Mm-hmm.
And we also talked about, and I love that you dropped this on the last one, when you're starting something, you kind of felt like, oh, it's just this like little small thing that I'm doing. You don't give it place in your priority list that you want because you just feel like, we're just like dabbling. We're just yapping with our bestie, calling it a podcast, you know? So it wasn't until we kind of got invested in realizing, no, you are showing up for this thing because it matters to you, because you want to leave people better than you found them. And when those messages roll in, it makes you look at it different. Maybe it's not this small thing. Maybe it's on purpose for a purpose. So I kind of wanted to break down a couple more lines on playing it small. And then maybe we could throw some of the other barriers on what makes us as women think the things that we are doing and showing up for or striving for, why do we place them as small in our life? So I'm going to throw it over to you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to start where you just ended with like, why do we make them small? And I don't know. I don't know if it's because like seasons, right? Seasons of life where for me, I can speak on my behalf. For me in this season, it it feels like the things I am doing have to be small. Like they have to take up a small amount of space in the bigger picture because of the current season I'm in and because of the demands of this season. But what I love about this is that that doesn't mean it's small impact and that doesn't mean that I cut corners when I am doing it. And it doesn't mean that I don't do it all together because I'm in this demanding season. It just means I know for my family and for our current season, it can't be big. I can't play full scale of where I would love to play. I have to because my priorities, because of where my values and my morals and my love, like I want to do the things that my family needs of me in this moment. And the demands are of my choosing, if that makes sense. Like I chose this and I want this. But that doesn't mean I don't want this other piece. And so, when it comes to like my class, my business and my class, I think I said it on one of the podcasts, like I'm at a point where I know like I don't have the capacity of time or energy or focus time even. I mean, we tried to podcast, I'm getting phone calls from kids. Like I don't have that in this moment in order to scale it like crazy and do all these big visions of all the things. Now here's the crazy thing. Could I strive and do that? Yeah, but that would require me to sacrifice the other things that I'm not willing to, you know? And so we all have to measure that for ourselves and say like, am I making this small and insignificant or is this significant to me and I just have to scale it to a level where I can still do it because I don't want to not do it, but I can't do it all out. That makes sense?
Absolutely. I think that that is being rooted in your priorities of what takes the list and drives the list down. Because if you show up in this pocket of what you want to strive for and you expand that pocket over your whole day, and now laundry's like piling up, you're missing kid pickup, you're late for sports, you are not getting your workout in, you forgot to walk the dog. Like, there are things that then because you're excited about something and you let that spread to your whole day and all of your focus, then the problem is that because you poured too much time, too much energy into something that shouldn't take up that much space in the day, but because all of your focus laid there, what will happen is you'll spread yourself too thin, not show up in all the things that you have to do in your day. Then you're going to play this mindset struggle of I am falling behind. I'm less than the things that I have to get done. I'm overwhelmed. I have way too much on my plate. I'm not getting anything done. And that excitement piece of that small thing that we're doing then will get trumped.
Yep.
It will stop because instead of looking at the reality of, no, I didn't prioritize my time, give it the space that it deserved and I could allow, I spread it out my whole day. That's all I focused on, and I got nothing else done. Instead of taking ownership, and we talk a lot about ownership, on I just didn't prioritize my day well
Right.
versus no, this is a time I can allot to do it. These are the time frames that I have. Like, this is when we can show up. This is when I'm all in for this moment. And these are the other things that I have to be all in for those moments.
Yep.
Like,
And
everything.
that's the thing. That's the treasure piece right there is the fact that you are fully present and all in on the things you're doing. And it's impossible to do that if you're trying to scale everything at this massive place or like if you're in your head making this like, oh, this is just some small thing, you're not gonna go all in on it. That's why like I had to switch that perspective even when we were doing this. Like, yes, it's a small thing because it in my head it's like it's unnecessary. It's not like a because I'm in the bubble of necessary right now. Like that's how I'm managing life. Like, keep everybody alive. What's the necessary actions? Like, what that's how I'm prioritizing, right? Like, because so if it's not necessary, I'm like, okay. But changing that perspective and going, you know what? No, like, okay, this can't take up this much time, but it can take up this much time. And when I am in it, I'm going to be all in it and I'm going to give it everything I got. And then I have to set it down for the
Right.
rest of, you know, the remaining
Right.
whatever. Um, so I don't think, I think there's two ways you can make something small, right? Like you can make it small and insignificant, or you can make it small from a can't demand a lot from me, but still gonna give it everything I got
Yep.
in it, you know?
Yeah. I love that you brought it both ways because I think that that is almost a let's give you permission on the other side that you can allot a small amount of time to something that brings a bigness in your heart or a bigness in your purpose. And you don't have to look at the comparison trap of there are lots of people out there doing podcasts and they're doing it at a much larger scale than the She's Rooted podcast.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it could be because they have done it longer. It could be because they have better content that you want to listen to. It
And
could be that they're pouring all what'd you just say?
we have topics.
They have top yes, we're gonna go into that. I'm gonna throw someone under the bus here.
Oh,
And I love them dearly. But it could they have more time because their life is in a different pivot than where we are. Or it could be a million things. They could be great at it. You know what I mean? Like, it could be a lot of different things, but if we were to lose ourself
yes.
on what brings us fully present and an all-in mentality and hanging up this podcast and being like, "That was amazing," and I'm like, "We're at a whole nother level," like, and I'm feeling really great and Mo's feeling really great about what we're putting out there because we actually care about what's coming out of our mouths. If we lose that part of us, why are we doing a podcast? We don't have to do it like everybody else. We don't have to allot all of the entire day in order to build something that could be big, and it could be big in a small amount of people. And at
Mhm.
the end of the day, if you can help yourself and you can butterfly effect that to one other person,
Yeah.
would it be worth it?
Right.
And if
And
it brings you
I
happiness and joy, like if it's a frustration and like a tug at you, like, ugh, then why would you be doing it if it's a constant frustration? So you can create it to be that if you, Mo, on the other side of this, is allotting too much of your time and energy when you know it's getting into the way of the priorities of your four walls and the things that you have to do for not only your four walls, but also your dance fitness business and the other avenues of business that you're focusing on.
well, and I think that that's a great point too that you're bringing up because have you ever like, I don't know, you look at some people on the outside and you're like, oh my gosh, they seem to have it all together and like they're crushing it here and they're crushing it there and but then you find out like they're not really a great person, their character's not really that great,
Oh,
like
yes.
their morals aren't really there. Like they're not even aligned with like yours. And I think that's one of the other things. Like I've always said this even in business, like I can't sell out just to make a buck. Like I can't
100%.
there are people out there that can.
Good
And
for them.
I can't judge
Yeah,
them.
I can't do it.
Do it, but like I can't. So therefore, you also have to swallow the pill of like, then here's my reality. Like, if God wants to bless this and make it huge, like in my head, I'm like, I gotta move slower. I'm gonna do less, like because everything I'm doing, I am gonna give it my all, but I won't sacrifice this, and this. And maybe those people that are killing it are sacrificing things that you're not willing to sacrifice. And I think you said it on the last podcast or 2 weeks ago, where it was like, if you lose yourself in the process, you lost everything. And so I think that's a great reminder for us as we're talking about all of this, like being able to, again, get back in root and say, like, I'm not willing to sacrifice. I don't know what that person's sacrificing. Maybe they sacrificed their marriage. Maybe they sacrificed their family. Maybe they sacrificed whatever, like a career. Maybe they sacrificed whatever. Like, I don't know what that is, but everybody's got to sacrifice somewhere because we do have only the same amount of hours in a day, right? So we all are sacrificing somewhere. And you have to write down like what are your non-negotiables? What are you not willing to budge on? And when you're ambitious, it's hard. You have to keep yourself in line and be like, listen, because I love to work. I love to speak life over people. I love sales. I love all of it. And I would do that all day long. But like, then I would feel terrible because I would miss out on all the things with my family. Like I've been there where you're like, I could just work all day.
Yeah.
It's easier sometimes than family. You like,
Right.
so, forgive me for being on a tangent, but I think that's a great point. Like, you don't know as you're looking, like you said, there's a lot of huge podcasts. There's a lot of like amazing, amazing, amazing. And you can allow looking at that to get in your head and be like, we're insignificant. Or you can look at it and go, no, I'm doing exactly what I am supposed to be doing. And I know that in the season I'm in with the things that I have, and I'm not creating overwhelm for myself because I'm not in that season to do that. Like I've been in those seasons where you do have to put a little bit, of
Right.
that in there.
Yeah, and I think bringing that point up, you also can't look at somebody's 500th episode versus, your early episodes. They might have been at this exact same point that we're at. And if you compromise your priorities on the way to the things that you want to do, it is a sticky situation because if you are not grounded and rooted in your daily flow, you're going to get tossed and weaved throughout your entire day, and you will go to bed feeling overwhelmed, second guessing yourself, making what you are excited about. You're going to talk yourself out of it. You're going to be like, oh, it's just this small thing that I'm doing. So I can't give it a place in my life. Like, that's what's creating the frustration is the small thing. When really, if we were to look at, well, if I just kind of look at how do I roll out my day? What am I doing as soon as I wake up?
Mhm,
Am I scrolling TikTok till 9 in the morning?
mhm.
Guilty. I was. Not even, how fast time goes by in a scroll? You don't
Yep,
even realize it.
yep.
And oh no, I don't have time to clean my house because now I got to podcast at 9:30.
Yes.
And now it's the podcast problem because, oh, I have a podcast at 9:30 and now I can't clean my house. No, girl, you were on TikTok for 3 hours.
Right,
Sit down.
right,
Actually, get up. What are you doing?
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that we can get in our way with the small thing, with not protecting our time and not giving it the place that can fit in our week. So when we first started this podcast, Mo, you were like all in on we're going to do it this day, and then we're going to do it this day, and then we're going to do it this day. And then I'm listening to you like, oh, I got laundry to do. I haven't got this done. And I'm listening to just the overwhelm of life. And I'm like, girl, we're going to look at like your day and you tell me, and I'll work around because I'm at a different stage of life with how young my kids are because mine are older and yours are young. And I'm like, you just pick a day and we'll work around that. And being flexible and understanding where people are at with things and looking at, you know what, let's figure out what our commitment is to this thing that we want to grow together. And we landed on we want one podcast a week.
Mm. And how many times have we changed our method of like
A
day
million.
time?
A million.
Yeah. But I think that again, that's that non-negotiable where you go, okay, I'm locking into this. I'm not gonna, let it trump this. But like this feels doable. And I think that, even in personal development, do 10 pages a day. 10
Done.
pages a day. Like if it's gonna take you ten minutes or a half hour, like the non-negotiable is 10 pages. So
Yeah.
it's those little things that move the needle. And I think that there's a lot of noise and potential disruptions that could shake you off of that. I know that
Right.
has been for us, but it's like, again, also accountability. You have that person that, if you told someone you want to write a book and they're your person and you give them permission and you say like, hey, I'm giving you permission to please check in with me every day. Did I write
Yeah.
my X amount of words?
Right.
It does help because there's only a certain amount of time where you can be like, No, girl, I did it. And you say it 4 days in a row and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I just gotta do it," right? At least that would be me.
Right.
Or if
Sure.
you're working out.
Right. Accountability is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, time, if we don't place it in the right moments of our day or our week, we need to let go of the all in mentality of all in all day. We need to be all in on a moment of time, even if it's small, doesn't mean it can't turn into something big. If you give it your all and you don't get frustrated along the way and you constantly feel like you are trying to play catch up with your day and with your life, that is the quickest way to stop putting that thing that you said you want to do for yourself, for others. It is the quickest way to sift it down and tuck it away and put it back on the back burner. I don't have time to do it now. And if we keep telling ourselves we don't have time to do it now, is it because we don't have time or is it because we haven't mapped out how to best utilize our time? So there's that. We can do it to ourselves and make it seem like a small thing that is insignificant. Another thing that I wanted to talk about that can create something that makes the thing, whatever that thing is, feel small and insignificant is a few things, and I'm sure our listeners can add on to them. But how about sharing your excitement in the moment with someone? Well, have you ever been into a conversation, Mo, where you are trying to talk about what you're excited about and the vibe of the other person is just not receiving it very well? And you could tell they're like closed off from it. They're not picking up or leaning into your excitement one way or the other. So you have that. So then you can second guess yourself and thinking, oh gosh, well, maybe this isn't as exciting as I thought. And then you think it's smaller than you feel in the moment of sharing it. So you can kind of dim down your excitement in interactions with people like that. Or you have the other side of how quick it is to, I don't know if you've been in a situation where you share your excitement with someone and they like have a backhanded comment at you or a negative comment. And if you're not rooted in why you're doing something, those backhanded comments, those negative comments, and those not like those off putting vibes can really just sift down and stop that chase of what you want quicker than anything, I think, especially if
Yeah.
you're not rooted in why you're doing it.
Yeah. I've been there. I think this is probably not good, but it's my truth. But if I'm super excited about something and I share it with somebody and say I've shared it with or I've been excited and wanting to share something with somebody a handful of times that I keep getting hit with the same response, like it could be different things. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just like want to talk and they kind of hit you with the wall of like, yeah, that's cute. Like I just stopped sharing with that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't stop being excited and I don't stop but I just don't engage with that person in that manner anymore. I'm like,
Yep.
okay, I'll meet, I'll meet you where you're at and, this will be fun. Um,
Yep.
and yes, if you're rooted in what you know you're doing, I feel like those backhanded comments are just like, okay, like that's your belief or that's how you see it, but like, I don't see it that way. My glasses are rose colored. Yours.
Right.
Or Oscar the Grouch and have fun with that.
Yeah. Not all women have that perspective though.
No, no, I know, and I probably don't in all scenarios.
Yeah.
I know I don't because I'm definitely a recovering people pleaser, but
Same.
I have a lot of thoughts out, so I know that I don't all the time, but it's those moments where, like, you know that you know that you know, or those things that you're definitely rooted on where you are like, "You can't move me on this one."
Yeah. I think that it is important to pick up on what people are giving you. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if other people are excited for your excitement. They don't have to be. And also, in order for you to continue chasing it, they don't need to be. You need to be. And you need to know why you are. and why it matters to you. And you'll have people in your life that are in the corner of your life. You'll have people that are in the circle of your life. And even those people that are in the corner of your life are not always in the corner of every little thing that you are chasing, doing, pursuing, whatever it is. Whether it is starting a podcast or writing a book or chasing after your health or starting a new business or changing jobs and careers or anything. Not everybody is going to lean into your excitement the way that you would appreciate them to. And I think that is a hard thing to do and walk through sometimes. I can bring myself back to, when Matt and I, we've been together since we've been in high school, 15 years old, and we started our family after we got married. And I was going to school to be a teacher. I was almost done with my bachelor's in elementary education. And I am someone in college years that really prioritized my grades. And when I was pregnant with Kirsten, I was very close to being done. And I did not want bad grades. And I don't know about you, but when I was pregnant, it took all my brain power away. I couldn't answer any test questions and I was like, "Nope, we're going to pause this. I'll go back when we have her." And I did, and something after having Kirsten changed my perspective on looking on the longevity of what I really wanted to do in my life and what I wanted to do in the now of my life at that point. And being a stay-at-home mom was something that Matt and I worked really hard in order to make it a reality in our life. I mean, I can remember going to a grocery store and we have calculator and we're going through our budget and making sure that we were on point. And, there are certain things that you have to do in order to do the things that you want to do. And with that, being blessed to be a stay-at-home mom and putting my career path kinda on the back burner for a moment, it's because being a stay-at-home mom took the priority list there, and it allowed me to actually figure out what I really wanted to do in my life. Because when you're 18 years old and you go to college, you're like, "All I've ever known is school. Imma be a teacher. Like, I'll have my summers off. This is gonna be great." And then I realized after having kids and then we had Talon right away, they're 11 and a half months apart, my friends, if you didn't know this. I had them both when I was 23 years old, and they are not twins. Uh, but when you look back and rewind the tape, I'm like, I don't wanna miss field trips, and if I'm the teacher, I'm going on the field trips with all those
Mhm.
kids. So I kinda looked at, you know what? I am really passionate about health, and I was over 200 pounds, and I tried to do all the things, and I couldn't, for the life of me, grab a hold of what I needed to do to be a healthy mom, and it really got in my way. So that created the belief behind I'm gonna try and figure this out until, because it matters to me, because I want those kids to have a healthy mom. I wanna be a confident wife on date night. These things were important to me. So I figured it out and I changed degrees and I went after my bachelor's in health and wellness and it changed my life. But all things happen in seasons of your life. And I know you don't really like the seasons word. I use it a lot. But
Yeah.
you look at when you can lean into the why of what is important to you, it doesn't matter what other people that are in the corner of your life may have something to say about it. Because when I tell you that I had 10 classes left to be graduated with a bachelor's degree, elementary education, teacher, summers off, my parents reminded me that left and right. You're crazy. What are you doing? You're going to be done. Summers off. My dad was like, you're going to have your summers off. And I was like, but I don't want to do that. I don't feel called down that path anymore. Like on my pursuit towards it, I was in a different mindset perspective. I didn't have kids yet. And as you have different things that come into your life, makes you look at things differently. And
Right.
if I didn't bet on my own tug, I definitely wouldn't be who I am today. I definitely, probably, most likely would have never met you
Oh, yeah, for sure.
because you would live very, very far from me.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing the butterfly effect.
any teachers in Indiana, so
Yeah. Yep. There is no way. I
no.
mean, I wonder how many miles apart we are. We should, like, Google Map that. That would be fun.
Yeah.
My house to your house, how far is it?
A lot.
God knew that he couldn't put us close in the same town. We'd be running amok.
Yeah.
We'd be living our best life,
Yeah.
causing a lot of problems.
We would have no family because we forget to do anything else.
You know, we'd have, like, the biggest dance fitness, like,
We'd have a
business
birthday.
ever. We have a podcast, we have a dance fitness business.
The whole rest of our lives would be in shambles,
Shambles.
but
We would be crushing it in that one area and, like, crying at night by
yeah,
ourselves.
yeah. Oh, man.
But yeah, negative comments, backhanded comments, even if those backhanded comments are said with all of, like, the love of wanting to protect you, can can literally bring your pursuit of that messy action to a halt.
Yeah. That's why I think you have to be intentional. Take like every thought and every comment captive, like just be able to listen and hear it and actually like capture it so that it doesn't take root yet in your mind and in your heart, right? Like you don't own it yet. You have to decide if you're going to own those comments or if you're going to own that information that just came at you. Like you have to pause it, look at it, assess it, and be like, okay, is this truth? Is this not truth? Do I believe this or is this coming from their belief? How many people, are like, oh, well, that's not going to work out. Okay, maybe not for you, but I'm not going to choose to believe that for me. Like,
Right.
it's their belief. Them telling you, like, you're going to fail or whatever, again, might not be from a malicious place, might be from a lack of belief on their own part in their own life. And
Sure.
or it could be malicious, but without them even knowing, especially people that are close to you. They're just, it could be out of jealousy. It could be out of whatever, like a failed dream on their side. And because they didn't, now it's like, I don't know. I just feel like you have to really be intentional with taking those comments and those thoughts and that input, if you will, and making sure that it's input that you're willing to actually store away. Or because if you're not, then subconsciously you're probably storing it as truth, right? Like you're just listening and
Right.
like, oh, docket that. Yep. I can't do this. And it's like subconsciously back here. I feel like
Right.
you have to actually hold it and like consciously be like, do I want to crumple this up and toss this out of my head?
Right.
Because I don't receive that.
Yeah, I think that maybe we should start saying that when somebody says something. I don't receive that.
I just say that.
You do?
Yeah. That's why I said it.
I'm out.
I do say that. I don't receive that.
They just smile?
Yeah.
I love what are they gonna say? Nothing.
Nothing.
They're gonna be like, "What?"
Yeah.
You're gonna walk away and be like, "Man, that is a rooted woman."
I tried to tell you. Well, all right. Well, good luck with it. Like they can say whatever they want, but listen, I didn't receive it. My wall went up. Not taking it. You can have it.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder why people feel like they have the right to say certain things. Like, you get what you tolerate, we talked about that a while ago, but, like, some people just make some off the wall comments or they act off the wall, and they don't even they don't even realize that they're acting that way. But the second you receive how they're acting and you're like, "All right, well, I'll give you what you're giving me, I'll just shut it down." Then it's like, "Oh, well, why are you acting like that?"
Mhm.
"I'm sorry, now you're noticing?" What? Like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's only so many times that I will have, like, an excitement conversation with someone that I would assume would, like, just lean into the light of it for a moment.
Be excited with me for
Just be excited for me,
cheer me on, even if you don't think
even if you're not even in.
that.
Cheer me on. Yeah, and
That's
then
like, do you see that? I think there's a meme that's like going around in business. Probably I follow a lot of people in business, but it was like you could open like a local coffee shop, and your friend will like walk
come in with their Starbucks.
come in with their Starbucks.
Yes.
How's your coffee shop?
It's truth, though.
Yeah. And I have 2 sides to that because I
Yeah.
do feel like I do feel like there's room for all of us to just like what we like. In my head, the one side of my head goes, well, maybe that person really likes Starbucks coffee and they don't like mine. Like,
Yeah.
that's fine. Can't be mad about that. But I think the bigger story is like, are they at least like sharing your coffee shop with other people? Like they recommend it? You
Yeah.
know?
You can support me without supporting me,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They fanning your flame? Are they sharing your name? You know, like
Ooh, that rhymed.
it did rhyme. Oh, Mother Goose.
I was thinking Dr. Seuss, but okay.
Oh, that's better, Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. But no, it's true. But even that can get in the way of people. You open up a coffee shop, your friend walks in with a Starbucks, and you can allow that to be so debilitating in your path.
Mhm,
But not everybody is going to see it the way that you see it.
mhm,
And if you can release the fact that people can support you without actually supporting you, and I know that sounds weird, and maybe we could break that apart a little bit. I think at the end of the day, if you're doing something because it matters to you, it should have a period at the end of that sentence. And no other sentences should be able to shift that your verbiage on it. It matters to me. It's because it matters to me.
yeah,
It's because it's making me happy. It is because it is filling a solution into my life that I was looking for because I had X problem. Like, it has to mean something to you. If it doesn't mean something to you, you're going to play it small. You're going to allow things to tear it down and make it small, and then it's going to wither away and it's going to die.
yeah,
So, the best part about all of it is a you versus you. You get to decide how small you make that thing.
yeah.
And how easy is it, even for us? How many podcasts in are we now? Like 52? 52? I don't
Yeah.
even know. We're going to start losing count here soon. But how easy is it to where we had no idea what the heck we were doing? I think we still probably don't know everything of what we're doing, but we've had a great flow with a lot of things. Like, we know what we're showing up for, we know what to press play on, we know all the things that we are doing to get our podcast up and out into the world. And even today, something we have used time and time and time again didn't work for us.
Yeah.
Troubleshooting.
Yeah.
That's life. That's curveballs. We could have thrown the damn towel in and be like, you know what? Our voice ain't making it out in the world this week.
Not today.
Not today.
Yeah.
But we figured it out, and we figured it out with Mo still having a hard stop to take care of everything that she needs to take care of, and a hard stop on my end for the things that I need to take care of. And we still get to show up in this pocket because it matters to both of us. And we pushed through. We persevered. Is that the right word?
Yes, and I hope that if you're listening still that you persevere. I think that this message is such a great reminder, um, that I hope through the obstacles and through the things, like you said, if it matters to you, that's the only person it has to matter to
Right.
in order to keep stepping, you know?
And
That
guess what? When you keep showing up in the things that matter to you and you stay rooted in that and you stay consistent in that and you do it until and you do it because it matters and you do it in the small pockets that you can show up in the all in mentality to do that thing and you stay consistent in that, those are the people that around you will then start picking up on, oh wow, this really like it she's really doing this thing. And sometimes you gotta take yourself serious before other people will take you serious.
for sure.
And at the end of the day, it don't matter if they do. But
I
that's,
was
like, the weird thing. It doesn't matter if they do.
even bigger than that, yeah, is like that when you go to bed at night and you're washing your face, you can look at yourself and be like, I did the things that mattered to me today and I did them to the fullest. And, you can go to bed proud and sleep good at night with your head on the pillow, you know?
Amen. Amen to that.
That's
That's
so
that's
good.
what matters. I feel like we're at a wrap.
Yes, this is so good. That's a lot to mull over. I feel like that might be a repeat listen again
Yeah,
podcast, but hopefully it inspires our girls listening in enough that they continue to move forward, you know?
right. Yeah, don't play it small, even if you can only give it a small amount of your time.
Mhm. Amen.
Amen. All right, well, I appreciate this conversation. I'm excited to listen back to it. This is going to be like a, you know what? When we're getting in our own way sometimes, this whole like stumbling block series that we're doing,
Mhm.
I think this is going to be a really good like self-check again. So,
Yeah,
I appreciate the conversation always, Mo.
me
It's
too.
great perspective for my life, and I know that it's gonna pour out into adding great perspective to our listeners because it's good to have raw, real conversations that can make a difference and create an impact and create a shift and make us think and dig deeper and like, no, I can put myself first and still show up for all the things when I prioritize my day. And that's what we're all about. So,
Mhm.
amen, sister. All right. Well, if this added some value to your life, share it up and drop us a comment. Keep the combo going. And that's it. So until then,
Stay rooted, sis.
all right. I love you. We'll see you, girls. Bye.
We hope that landed.
If it did, share it up, drop a comment. And you know what? We'll see you on the next episode.
And until then, stay rooted, sister.